What's going on, guys? My name is Eldenero and welcome to episode 35 of my Leicester City career mode. On FIFA 15, we're starting this episode off with a game against Stoke City. As you can see, they're placed in 15th. We're in 4th still in the league, trying to hold on to that position. This is how our team looks. I've gone with Berahino up front and I really don't know why. He just asked me before the game if he could play and I was like, yeah, sure, why not, as soon as you asked. Here's a look at the Stoke City team. It's a pretty good one, but early on in this video, I want you guys to, basically I'm going to be doing a question and answer video to celebrate reaching 30,000 subscribers. So if you have any questions for me that you would like me to answer in a video, put them in the comment section below and I will get to those whenever the video comes out. Hopefully it will be sometime this week. But as you see early on in this game, just 2 minutes in, Bojan gives Stoke City a goal, and I didn't really see this coming at all. It was just one of those nothing moves that somehow was rounded off with a goal, and I was a little bit annoyed, as I always am when I go a goal behind, but I didn't really I don't know, it was like too early in the game for me to be totally upset by it, you know. But Berahino picks the ball up in the 4th minute, he runs towards the goal, he goes for the shot and it's blocked, and it comes to Gale, who almost did find the back of the net with that shot. But then Stoke came forward in the 10th minute with the ball coming through to Stephen Ireland, who takes on Liam Moore, getting around him kind of not really comfortably, but he gets his shot off and it goes just wide of the post. Then 6 minutes later, we came forward through the left-hand side of the pitch with Wilfried Zaha bombing down the wing. He had support in the middle. I went for the cross, and usually this is a goal, but it was cleared away, and Gale eventually gets the header in, and it gets cleared away by the defence again. It wasn't really, that was more of a half chance, I suppose. It's just there to illustrate that we were attacking. And then on the 27th minute, Dwight Gale gets into the box. He does really well to keep his run going. Almost scores, almost created a chance from even the rebound of the save, but it wasn't to be. And Gary Gardner dispossessed Glenn Whelan in the 36th minute and played the ball into Saido Berahino, who runs through against Shawcross and manages to find the back of the net. I just said through. What the f? I've never said that in my life. But yeah, Berahino scored a goal, and that's the real thing that's confusing here, because he doesn't do that very often. But in the 44th minute, Diouf scrapes the ball wide after he had like the greatest game in the world against us last season, and then out of nowhere he just decided to be terrible every time he played against us, and I like that change. But in the 59th minute, Zaha comes down the left hand side of the pitch. Option in the middle is Dwight Gale, who he crosses to, and Dwight Gale puts us into the lead, and it took us an hour, but we did complete the comeback after going behind. And 60 minutes into the game, we are leading 2-1, and that is exactly what we need in our push for 4th place. This is the second last episode of the season overall, the penultimate episode, so that's just there to emphasize how quickly this season has come and gone. Can you believe that we're on episode 35 already in less than a month? That's insane. It's just unbelievable. But in the 65th minute here, we did get a corner kick, which Wilfried Zaha swings outwards in towards Koyate, who almost scored. Every time Koyate gets a header like that towards the goal, I'm like out of my chair and celebrating, but it just goes wide. Like, I always think it's going in. He has an incredible ability to header the ball towards the goal and not score from it, which is not really something that you want in a player, but like, Jesus, it gets me every time. In the 79th minute, Tom Ince is on the ball. He has an option in the middle. It's Zaha who he plays it into, but the volley hits off the post. It seems really hard to score those. I've had like a chance like that in the last episode as well against Cardiff with Tom Ince, but it just went wide, and I don't know, it's kind of hard to get them on target, I guess. But Abner comes down the left hand side in the 95th minute. He crosses it in towards Dwight Gale, whose header is saved really badly. Zaha's rebound is saved, and then Dwight Gale chips it over the bar, but it mattered not. We win the game 2-1. We were all over Stoke for the entirety of the game as well, which I really like. You know, we went the goal behind and responded in the correct way. And our next game is against Manchester United, who we have taken a point from this season, or 2 points rather, because we got a point against them. That makes sense, doesn't it? As you can see, like, we can afford to lose this game and have it not matter at all, because of the fact that Arsenal are continuing to fuck up their entire season, which I think is a result of the game being scripted. I think that even if I were to lose this game and the one after it, I think Arsenal would lose another game. I have no way to really test that, but I just have a feeling that because whenever we get a bad result, Arsenal get a bad result, it kind of tells me that the game wants me to finish 4th place. I actually I'd like to know if that's true or not. It's just something that I have in my head. Like, I don't know why. It might not even be true at all. But in the 9th minute here, Di Maria picks the ball up. He plays it to Daley Blind in midfield, who takes it round whatever player that was and then goes in back to Blind. But the ball went wide. But it was a good move, and it was a sort of a tight passing move, and it's really difficult to attack those without attempting to give away a free kick or a penalty or anything like that. But in the I don't know, this was around the 26th minute, I think. Dwight Gale comes forward, he finesses it round the goalkeeper and into the back of the net, and gives us an unlikely lead against superior opposition with that finish. It was really good as well, like it was a really good type of finesse goal. But yeah, we're 1-0 up, and then in the 31st minute, Mata comes forward. Mata doesn't really, I don't know, he's such a weird player on this game, like, but the ball finds Wayne Rooney as a result of a Hamsik pass, and Rooney equalised 5 minutes after United go behind, and that was really frustrating. I couldn't even hold on for 5 minutes. But yeah, Mata just, I don't know, it's like in this game when they play with Mata, it's like he's powerful and he runs forward and he wins a lot of headers and stuff, and like it's just not the type of play I associate with Mata in real life. But in the 51st minute, Danny Simpson plays the ball into Dwight Gale, who's in a great position, finishes wonderfully, runs over to celebrate, and then it was offside. I knew it was offside the whole time as well. I just thought that I'd put it in there because to be honest, I really like that thing, the way they celebrate for ages and then it shows the linesman with the flag. But in the 57th minute, Di Maria came forward for United. The ball found its way to Mata on the edge of the area, who plays it to Hamsik. Hamsik has a look up and goes for the shot, and it's deflected over for a corner kick. Then this moment here, from the 62nd minute onwards, what you're about to see can't even be described by me. It's like way too much action. I'll do my best though. Juan Mata crosses the ball in towards Van Persie, who wins his header. Liam Moore's botched clearance leads to a Di Maria chance, and then instead of the goalkeeper intercepting it, Luca Ante botched his clearance, which led to Wayne Rooney hitting the post. And then Liam Moore was unable to clear it after that, and United still came forward, and then Liam Moore cleared with his right foot, but the ball came to Van Persie, who plays it into Mata, who finds Rooney, whose deflected shot leads to a Van Persie chance, which deflected off Sinclair and almost went for an own goal, but instead went for a corner. What a clusterfuck that was. Unbelievable scenes at the King Power Stadium. Van Persie's header in the 69th minute almost gave United the lead. But we come up to the 76th minute with Wilfried Zaha on the ball, the former Man United player, who does pretty well to get round Hamsik with the Ronaldo chop, and his shot was just so close. But sadly it did not find the back of the net, and United came straight up the other end just 2 minutes later with Marek Hamsik on the ball. He goes back to Chris Smalling, who came on as a substitute, and Smalling's amazing pinpoint pass finds Van Persie, who plays it into Blind, and Blind gives United the lead with just 10 minutes to go as they go 2-1 in front at the King Power Stadium. But we got a free kick in the 81st minute with Ince playing it short, going to Scott Sinclair, who finds Wilfried Zaha on the edge of the area. He plays it to Rowan Ince, and the ball comes away to Jeffrey Schlupp, who crosses it into Dwight Gale, who equalises for us just 4 minutes after going behind. And Dwight Gale is having the absolute form of his life at the moment. He is in unbelievable goal scoring form. Nobody can stop him. He's playing unbelievably well, and it's absolutely class. I'm so glad I signed him. But in the 95th minute here, we got a chance, and but for that heavy touch from Sinclair, we could have gotten a late winner there. I really love taking it around the goalkeeper like that. So much so that I barely ever do it because I never get into those types of opportunities. But that was a sad moment. I really think that we could have taken the lead right there, but it wasn't to be. We do take a point away from the game though, which is pretty good against Man United, and we find that Koyate is out for 5 days. Given that the cup, like our cup runs are over and all of that stuff, so it's only like a league game every week now. So Koyate being out for 5 days means that realistically he misses half a game. I mean, he could have been in the starting 11 for this team or for this game against Newcastle, but he wasn't. And as you see, Arsenal are still on 56 points. They've got a game in hand over us, but a win here would like really catapult us into a prime position for 4th place finish, and if we were to get that, it would just be ridiculous. Here's the Newcastle team. They're playing with the 4-5-1. They're such a difficult team to play against. I've sort of publicised that well throughout this series. They're a team I very much don't like playing against. But in the 4th minute, Dwight Gale went down as a result of a challenge inside the box and never got back up again in open play. He actually was substituted immediately after that, and I brought Schlupp on instead of him. Which was a huge blow to our chances, but Schlupp comes forward in the 18th minute, getting into this position and amazingly, not just missing it, but like blasting it wide. How do you do that from there? I don't even get it. In the 35th minute, the ball comes to Scott Sinclair, who looks up and plays it in towards Abner, who was in a great position, and Janmat brought him down inside the box, which led to a penalty, which was what we needed in this game, because like I say, I do hate playing against Newcastle. You have to take every chance that you're given, and if we had the chance to to go in front from the penalty spot, then I could kind of sit back for the rest of the game and hope that they don't attack us too furiously, because they did leave a lot of good players on the bench for this game. But Gardner steps up from the penalty, and I actually messed it up completely, and the goalkeeper saves it for Newcastle, keeping it level in the 37th minute, which was really, really annoying. But 4 minutes later, we launched into a counter-attack as Knockaert plays the ball to Gary Gardner, who feeds an easy pass into Jeffrey Schlupp, who was unmarked in the middle. Schlupp looks up and easily finishes that chance. We go 1-0 up, we make amends after missing the penalty, and we turn the game around, and thankfully enough that happened, because like I say, I just really don't like playing against Newcastle. But in the 45th minute, Riviere dispossesses Ante, and with nobody around, I had to bring Schmeichel out and sort of train him to not fully come out, which led to Riviere shooting, and thankfully enough it was saved as well. And in the 68th minute, Knockaert comes bombing down the right-hand side of the pitch. This was obviously a counter-attack, because this is where I'm at my strongest. Knockaert gets in, he evades a tackle of the defender really well, crosses it to Jeffrey Schlupp, who makes it 2-0 with his head on the 70th minute mark. And that was an awesome return, because I was really disappointed that we lost Dwight Gale in this game, and I was hoping that his injury wasn't too severe, but it was good that Jeffrey Schlupp stood up and showed that we don't really need him. We can still find goals elsewhere, and that was a good moment. But Remy Cabella came on to this game in the 80-something minute. I guess it was just before this chance, and Janmaat comes down the right-hand side of the pitch. He crosses it in towards Cisse, whose header goes nowhere, and Danny Simpson attempts to clear it, but only as far as Vernon Anita, who plays it into Remy Cabella, who plays a good passing move with Papi Cisse, and Cabella finishes it calmly into the corner. Now, this is what irks me about this game, and I've said this several times, so you know what I'm going to say. They're fighting relegation, this team, Newcastle. They're like 17th. They're near the drop zone, and they score a goal in the 84th minute, and they run over and celebrate. Like, just what is that all about? It's just a stupid thing. But we end this episode with the unfortunate news that Dwight Gale is going to be out for 4 weeks. So I haven't played ahead yet, but I assume that means he's going to miss the rest of the season, because obviously the season ends in May, and it's the 30th of April now, and it would be pretty weird if he came back before that. But hopefully he will. I doubt that he will. I think this is him gone for the entire season. So that's a huge blow to us. Our next games are against Chelsea, Fulham and Hull City. So that's a... I don't know. Chelsea, we won't beat Chelsea, and Hull City, I never beat Hull City, so it looks like we're going to drop 6 points. Arsenal are there on 59 points with 34 games, so a win for them in their game in hand will put them on 62 points, and with 3 games to go, they'll only have to cover a 5-point gap, and I think we're going to lose 6 points. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's the end of this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do leave a like. That would be much appreciated. I've been El De Niro. Thanks for watching.